So guys, I'm sitting here in my Outback letting the engine warm up, and I'm trying to hide my excitement because I'm actually going to go look at a new project car here for the channel. I say look at, but I'm pretty much already know that I'm going to buy it. Now, I know that we're not quite done with the Forester project car yet, and it's not really great to buy another project when you haven't finished the last project, but when opportunity knocks, you have to answer the door. Even if you're stuck sitting on the toilet scrolling Facebook when that knock occurs. But this morning I found a really great deal. It had only been up for about 40 minutes. Luckily, I was the first guy to message him, talk to him, and he took it down, marked it as sold. So about to head out and grab some cash money, a South Carolina bill of sale, and head up to Charlotte, North Carolina to get this new project car. Now, I'm not going to spoil it right yet, and hopefully I don't spoil it in the thumbnail or the title, but this one is definitely worth the watch, and hopefully will make a great video series for you guys. It's a car that you ask me about all the time, and a car that I haven't owned in a very long time, and I've been wanting to get another one. So with that said, let's go ahead and hit the road and take our trip up to North Carolina to take a look at our next project car. All right, I think we're ready to go. We've got South Carolina bills of sale, we got the Top Don Phoenix Max, and we got some cash money. So let's head to Charlotte. All right, guys, and here it is. This is a 2017 WRX STI with 85,000 miles on it. As you can see, it's had a bit of a accident here. Previous owner was not insured, and they hit a sack of concrete on the interstate at 70+ mile an hour, and did a number on the lower radiator support. Luckily, it did not hit the timing belt cover, did not jump timing, did not hit the oil pan nor the oil filter. I just checked the oil. The oil is low. I put a quart of oil in it, and it has just come up on the stick. So it was probably about 1.5 quarts low. That's where we're at now after adding a quart. Very dark. It's over for its oil change. No coolant in the system. It did rupture the radiator or the lower hose. As you can see, that crank pulley is good and well inside that cooling fan shroud, digging in. I started up a minute ago and let it run for a couple of seconds. I don't want to run it too long without cooling it. Don't want to cook the head gaskets. Hopefully they are not already cooked. That's one of the bad things about buying a car like this, that you can't really run and check over. You kind of just have to cross your fingers and hope it's all swell. So we're going to have some work on the radiator support, pulling the lower support. Looks like our headlights and everything's fine. We will need a bumper cover, a radiator, a condenser, likely some of the AC lines, radiator hoses, cooling fans. It did deploy the airbags. I'm actually got my Top Don Phoenix Max in here. Gonna scan it in a minute because it did have a check engine light come on. Of course, with an airbag light. So this is a base STI with the Alcantara, all that good stuff. Seat belts are gone. It blew the pre-tensioners on both front seat belts, so both front seat belts and buckles will need to be replaced. We've got the driver airbag module is gone. We'll have to have a clock spring too because it melts the connectors when the airbag blows, so we'll need a clock spring and an airbag module. Our knee bolster airbag deployed, so we'll need that as well. Likely the wiring pigtail for that too. And it also blew our side curtain airbags for some reason. Both of those have been blown and have been cut and tucked back in. I'll grab the key out of my pocket real quick so I can show you guys the cluster and the mileage. I'm not going to start it up right now. I'm going to scan the codes and stuff first, but I will let you hear it before I decide to pay the money and get this thing towed to my buddy's body shop to start on the body work. Well, there you go, 85,724 miles. Pretty clean car, considering. Of course, I mean, it is a low mileage car in my opinion, a 17 with 80,000 miles. But we'll go ahead and get the scan tool hooked up and see what our check engine light's on for. And of course, we know what the airbag light's on for. Sorry about the glare on the screen, guys. We got the Top Don Phoenix Max hooked up, about to do a full system scan and figure out what's going on with this car. It did correctly pull the VIN number. Already did pull a Carfax on the car, and everything checked out as far as what I saw on the Carfax. This car does still have a clean title. I think I stated that before. It is not a salvage. It was not turned in on insurance because the car was uninsured at the time of the accident. So that will be great for me, having a clean title at the end of rebuilding this car. So we can let it go through and scan, and we'll be back when it's done, give you a full readout of what we found wrong. All right, so our system scan is over, and looks like we got a ton of codes, but, you know, to be expected. Power supply voltage, tire pressure sensor, transmitter speed abnormal, battery control, power, ignition, blah, 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 combo meter, lost communication, likely dead battery jump started, blah, 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 blah. Front impact deployment, short to ground, airbag, 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 airbag. We don't know why all of this is active because of the airbag deployments. Sun load sensor circuit open, that's for the HVAC. Not really worried about that. Lost communication with HVAC, power supply system error. DCM performance and mute line circuit. DCM performance, I'm not sure what that is. Telematics, something with the head unit maybe? Not exactly sure. But nothing looks really alarming here. Nothing that, you know, I wouldn't expect already from the amount of damage we've got. So that's all good. We'll start it up, take a listen to it, and I'll roll the dice and make my decision on if I'm going to purchase this car or not, and let you know how much I pay for it. So really quick, checking the HVAC. It is coming on. The display does work. Cycling through our menus up here, the multi-function display. Everything seems to be working as you would expect. None of the steering wheel controls are working because it likely burned out the entire clock spring when it blew those airbag connectors through it. So nothing really happening here. But yeah, let's look in the interior and the trunk really quickly first, and then we'll start it up. So the interior, like I said, is really, really clean in the car. The only real concern is the airbags and seat belts. Love the Alcantaras. Likely, being that this is 17, it didn't come with the red seat belts, then we got to replace seat belts. Might order the 18 plus red seat belts if I get it, because I like the look of them. And the rear seats, really, really good condition. Factory floor mats still in here. Really, really nice throughout. And trunk pop worked. And looks like we've got some pieces and parts of the lower grille and valence and the old airbags. There's our knee bolster airbag. There is our steering wheel airbag. You can see where those connectors melted when it blew the airbag. And these are our side curtain airbags. Some nuts and bolts, I assume, for those airbag modules. And various knickknacks from the owner. And a breakdown kit. I actually just noticed this. I'm glad I came back here, but we do have some spiderweb cracking on this back bumper. Looks like some previous repair work that failed. I don't know if that's just bad paint, it got hit or pushed in and it splintered that, or if there's some body filler over this, which it could be that we have a little light coating of body filler, and that boogered that up. So we'll probably put a new rear bumper cover on it and get it painted as well if I keep it, or if I'm going to make this a flip car. Yeah, it's definitely been painted. You can see how shoddily it's been taped up here around the molding. It was not really great. Let's start it up and take a listen real quick. Sounds really good. Doesn't sound like there's a rod knock or any issues with the engine. Hopefully they didn't run it hot and cook the head gaskets without the coolant in it, though. A couple little cold start revs, and didn't hear any knock or any engine noise revving it up. again, I think we're good. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on it, and this will be our new long-term project on the YouTube channel. So guys, I was able to borrow a floor jack and get the front end up on the ground, off the ground. Now we see that the lower radiator support took the brunt of the impact of that sack of concrete. It barely missed cracking the timing belt cover. Luckily didn't hurt the timing belt cover, didn't hurt the timing belt. Barely rubbed the fan on that harmonic balancer. Oil filter looks like it took a little bit of a lick, but it's still there, it's not leaking. Oil pan is good. Everything in the front cross member looks good. Only real issue is this radiator support, the condenser, radiator, all that. Now we're gonna have to take the crash bar, impact bar off of here and likely drill out spot welds for this lower radiator support and weld a new one in, paint it, and that should get us good. The upper radiator support is barely tweaked, it's just bent in a little bit, so it kind of skewed the driver's side headlight, fender, and hood alignment, but that should be pretty easy to massage back out. So looks like minimal body work needed. Our main issue is all the airbag modules and reprogramming that. So guys, there it is. Just did paperwork on it and exchanged money. This car is mine, and it will be the new YouTube project car. And for those of you wondering what I paid for it, I got it for $7,000. So rushing off to the DMV now to get it titled in my name, and hopefully the tow truck will be here tomorrow to pick it up and take it to the body shop. All right, guys, that'll do it for the video. We have purchased the car, $7,000 for 2017 STI with 85,000 miles. I'm in a mad rush now to get to the DMV and get this thing titled before the end of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.